A lot of conversations been taking place regarding Florida, how they're defining slavery, these benefits of African American, the benefits of the formerly enslaved, and how that benefited them later on. Well, Senator Tim Scott decided to weigh in, and looks like he rediscovered his black card. Press play.
As a country founded upon freedom, the greatest deprivation of freedom was slavery. There's no silver lining in freedom, in slavery. The truth is that anything you can learn, that any benefits that people suggest you had during slavery, you would have had as a free person. What slavery was really about separating families, about mutilating humans, and even raping their wives. It was just devastating. So I would hope that every person in our country, and certainly running for president, would appreciate that. And listen, people have bad days. Sometimes they regret what they say, and we should ask them again to clarify their positions. As a country founded upon freedom.
People have bad days. How about bad public policy? All right, Florida Congressman Byron Donalds, he also was not happy with this from DeSantis. Y'all roll it if you got it.
It was just devastating. So I would hope that every person in our country.
I don't want Tim Scott. I want Byron Donalds. Thank you very much. Take Tim Scott out of my ear. I want to roll Byron Donalds. He did an interview with a Florida television station where he shared his comments on this controversy, if you will.
Obviously, slavery was terrible in our country. It was terrible for Black people coming to America, and it was just flat out wrong, no doubt about that.
So that was Byron Donalds. Well, DeSantis, he ain't happy with the two blacks weighing in on this. This is how he responded.
About what Tim Scott said.
You know, I think part of the reason our country has struggled is because D.C. Republicans all too often accept false narratives, accept lies that are perpetrated by the left, and to, accept the lie that Kamala Harris has been perpetrating even when that has been debunked. That's not the way you do it. The way you do it, the way you lead, is to fight back against the lies, is to speak the truth. So I'm here defending my state of Florida against false accusations and against lies, and we're going to continue to speak the truth.
What do you think about what?
All right, so interesting there, Michael. He calls Senator Tim Scott D.C. Republicans. Not happy with these two African Americans. Earlier, he said Byron Donalds, he should not be siding against me and his state. He should not be siding with Kamala Harris. He should be standing with the state. That tells you how they feel about them black folk over there.
Yeah, he's trying to keep the Negroes in line. But here's the thing, man. I know you said that they rediscovered their blackness or something like that. It's only when it's convenient. Okay, because Byron Donalds still supports Donald Trump.
Well, okay? I get it. But listen, Michael, the whole point of rediscovering, I didn't say they rediscovered it for 24 hours, only in that soundbite.
Well, hold on. Let me finish. So if you look at this, all right, Byron Donalds still supports Donald Trump. Senator Tim Scott still believes racism doesn't exist. Now, they admit that slavery was wrong, okay? What? They have nowhere else to go. Of course, they're going to have to admit slavery was wrong. Senator Tim Scott is still against the black farmers getting any type of restitution. Senator Tim Scott is still against
Michael, I know what they're against. I just want to speak to what they said and how DeSantis was responsible. I know all the other stuff,
right? Okay,
but I want to stay on topic. Speak to what they said and how DeSantis is responding.
Yeah, but what they say, we also have to connect to what they do. So yes, they spoke out when it's convenient, okay, to stand up and say slavery wasn't a positive. All right, and Ron DeSantis is who has a history degree from Yale University, by the way. Ron DeSantis is trying to defend the social studies standards coming from his Florida Department of Education. They don't get any respect from me. Okay, it's easy to jump and compare this to Vice President Mike Pence. He had a moment of courage, January 6th, and now he's back to being a coward. Okay, so now my thing is, where is your policy to fall in line with what you just said? See that it's easy to jump out there and say this when it's convenient. And the majority of America knows that is wrong to try to position slavery as somehow it benefited African Americans, even though, like I said last week, there are some instances where you had African Americans who gained skilled trades and were able to use them. Kofi, who was Paul Cuffey's father, was one of them, and his father gained his freedom. Okay, but no. They don't get any respect from me. They're still I still have the same opinion of them.
I got it.
And I want to know where's your policy to fall in line with.
I got it. You ain't got to repeat yourself. Kelly.
Yes.
Your response.
Regarding just in general, or what you and Michael were talking about?
Regarding Tim Scott and Byron Donalds, and then how DeSantis responded to them.
I mean, a broke clock can be right twice a day, and I would be shocked if Tim Scott said anything other than what he said, considering his entire campaign is based off of how he is the descendant of slaves and all of that stuff. My issue is that the benefit of slavery narrative that DeSantis is trying to tout is, while absolutely terrible and incredibly incorrect, out of all of what is in these in this policy, I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg regarding what they're trying to teach children. I mean, it is really rooted in replacement theory and the wokeisms that they is Black oriented, but it's rooted in racism. It is unfortunate that I feel like we need Florida to succeed from the Union, because if you want to be anti-America that badly, if you want to revise history that badly, you might as well not be American at this point, because you're not even teaching true American history.
Well, I have been, it is utterly hilarious to see Ron DeSantis try to sit here and check, if you will, and be upset with these two Black members of Congress by saying, oh, D.C. Republicans. That's pretty funny, Matt.
Yeah, I think it's funny, and I think it's completely dishonest. Here's the thing about Ron DeSantis. He's talking about somebody lying, but he won't call Donald Trump a liar straight up. I mean, I guess he can't do that when he's getting rid of 1/3 of his campaign staff, but this is proof positive that there's no accountability for politicians, especially when they have incendiary rhetoric and horrible legislation. There's no loss to them, right? I mean, teaching that slavery gave people benefits is just disgusting, abhorrent, right? And the idea that Tim Scott needs to get a pat on the back now because he finally got it right is disgusting when he shucks and jives the rest of the time. I mean, it's just the reality of it. So, one, I think Ron DeSantis is a coward because he won't call out his main foe, Donald Trump, the way he needs to with his full chest, number one. And number two, Black Republicans, I think these days are in a really bad space because it's not a Republican Party where you're talking about morals and values and, fiscal policy. It's a Republican Party that has weaponized litigation against whole contingents of the American people and is continuing to do that. We're not passing laws for the benefit of people. We're passing laws to ostracize people. So not only do I not give them a pat on the back, I think they're part and parcel with this horrible, evil machine that we see is passing this legislation on the Republican side and focusing on these issues the way that they are. And Ron DeSantis needs to not be a coward, because if he's talking about calling out a liar, I don't see how you don't start with liar in chief, Donald Trump.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Mark Unfiltered video in just one moment.
For decades, the tobacco industry has deliberately targeted Black communities and kids with marketing for menthol cigarettes. it's had a devastating impact on Black health. Tobacco use claims 45,000 Black lives every year. It's the #1 cause of preventable death. In the 1950s, less than 10% of Black smokers used menthol cigarettes. Today, it's 85%. Ban menthol cigarettes. Save lives.
When you talk about blackness and what happens in Black culture, we're about covering these things that matter to us, speaking to our issues and concerns.
This is a genuine people-powered movement.
There's a lot of stuff that we're not getting. You get it, and you spread the word.
We wish to plead our own cause. Too long have others spoken for us. We cannot tell our own story if we can't pay for it.
This is about covering us.
Invest in Black-owned media.
Your dollars matter. We don't have to keep asking them to cover our stuff. So please support us in what we do, folks.
We want to hit 2,000 people, $50 this month, raise $100,000. We're behind 100,000, so we want to hit that. Y'all money makes this possible.
Checks and money orders go to P.O. Box 57196, Washington, D.C. 20037-0196. The Cash App is $RM Unfiltered. PayPal is R Martin Unfiltered. Venmo is RM Unfiltered. Zelle is Roland at RolandSMartin.com.